So, you just watched my top 10 favorite films of 2022. I think it's time to share my top 10 favorite first time watches of the year of 2022. Hey guys, welcome back to Wiki with the channel. My name is Bruno Sales. These are top 10 films that I watched for the very first time, either that had to do with movies that I've always wanted to see. And these films just blew me away. Just love these movies. And I cannot really share my thoughts about it with you guys. Hi, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video that I will not be including some of the Criterion titles in this video. So, letting you know on that, because I'll be doing a separate video on my top 10 favorite Criterion First Time Watches. That video will be coming soon. I just haven't edited it right now because I'm currently editing the one that you're watching. So, yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, I know I don't have my glasses, but it's late. Before we go into my top 10, I actually share some of my honorable mentions that did not make the cut. The honorable mentions are The Shop Around the Corner, The Servant, Once Upon a Time in the West, Harvey, Woman Holiday, Wait Until Dark, The Last of Sheila, No Way Out, Blackboard Jungle, The Oxbow Incident, The Big Heat, Cape Fear, Drive, The Slender Thread, Thelma and Louise, America Mile, Once Upon a Time in America, Heat, What's Up Duck, Children of Men, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1939 version, Dead of Night, The Ring, Christmas in Connecticut, the original Dawn of the Dead, and Fright Night. So let's get on to number 10. By Frank Posegi, a filmmaker I want to dive into more because his film, The History is Made at Night, is phenomenal. The Motor Storm did not disappoint. It's a great film with a lot of layers, a lot of emotional moments in the movie. It's just a great watch. A very underrated film that a lot of people need to see. It's great. The performance by James Stewart is great as always. It's about betrayal and just trust and romance. There's a lot going on in this movie that just kept me interested watching this movie all the way to the beginning to the end. And it's a great film, a very hidden gem of 2022. Just a great film. What a great western starring Carrie Cooper and Grace Kelly. The beautiful Grace Kelly. This was a very thoroughly entertaining western from the start to the end. A very exciting western as well because it takes place in one day leading up to the duel, and Carrie Cooper trying to prepare himself for that, while Grace Kelly character told him, Carrie, to ignore this, just come with me and escape this. But Carrie Cooper does not want to go with her. He wants to deal with this first. That will lead up to the duel that he wants to finish off. It's a very exciting film to watch, a very engaging movie because you're just waiting and waiting until lead up to the duel and see how it ends. You just want to know how it ends. But the great thing about this movie is that the setup is so nicely done and so well done, and you're just rooting for the characters, that you understand what Grace Kelly character going through and what Carrie Cooper character mind is going through. It's a phenomenal film. Ernest Borgnine, man. Ernest Borgnine is a fantastic actor that I would love to dive into more of. He is a phenomenal actor, and Marty is a wonderful, wonderful film about a man, almost to his life, that he wants to do something more. He want a wife. He want to settle in and start a family. He couldn't find the right time for him to do that. And it's a relatable story too. It's like I felt that too because I always want to have a girlfriend. I couldn't find it. It's just I'm jumping with school and work and all that. Yeah. It is what it is called life. And Ernest Borgnine as this character Marty, it's just a wonderful performance by him. Truly emotional, invested character that I just feel for him. It's a beautiful story. It's a great coming of age kind of story, and also it's a wonderful romantic movie as well. It is a beautiful movie. It is a very laid back, chill movie, and it's a beautiful film that you just enjoy, and it's a breezy little film. We have another western in this list. That is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, starring John Wayne and James Stewart, directed by John Ford. Phenomenal film. Phenomenal. Such an enjoyable film to watch. It's just, I love the chemistry between John Wayne character and James Stewart character. Two polar opposite, very different characters. One who stands by justice, who's doing the right thing, and John Wayne character is more careless. He just want to get it done quickly and all that without just. I just love the chemistry between those two, and it's just made the film even better just because their chemistry together is just electric, and it's so much fun to watch. I just thoroughly love this movie. It's really enjoyable, and how the story was told. That's my favorite aspect. Is about James Stewart character visiting this old town, and then he's telling the story how he met John Wayne character and how he become who he is. Loved it to death. Just something that is worth watching. It's phenomenal. Another western, but this time directed by Sergio Leone, that is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a 3-hour long western epic. Wow, 2022 was the year of westerns for me. I discovered a lot more westerns for this year, which is a genre I wasn't familiar with, but I now become a fan of this genre. And The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is just so much fun. 3-hour long, but great watch. Just an emotionally captivated film. The score by Ennio Morricone is just so breathtaking, and it's worth every penny that I hear. Especially one of my favorite tracks in the movie that's called The Ecstasy of Gold. It is a well-made film that truly captivated me. It had everything you wanted, especially the third act of the movie. The third act of the movie has just made the film even better. I love the character, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Each of the characters is so interesting to watch. It's so much fun. It's fantastic. Man, Akira Kurosawa is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. Dawn of Blood is one of my favorite films from him. Same with Dreams. Ron blew me away. Blew my socks off. This film is cinema. What a picture. Wow.
What a picture.
I was just captivated by the imagery that this film is. It's almost like every frame is like a painting. And great performances overall, and a great story that just captivated me. I believe this is based on King Lear from Shakespeare, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a great story. So much going on, so much depth that the story takes on. In a Akira Kurosawa direction, it's just one of a kind. Everything about this movie, it's just what it's done, what is shown on the image that I saw on the TV screen. It's a spectacle to behold. It's just an epic film. Love this movie. Love this movie. So good. And I love Akira Kurosawa direction. I love him as a filmmaker. He's one of my favorite filmmakers of, my top 5 basically. And Ron just did not disappoint. It's a beautiful, beautiful film. Powerful film too. In the beginning of 2022, we have a sad news that Cinti Poitier passed away. I was like, okay, this is it. This is my time to finally dive into his filmography for the year of 2022. And I did watch a lot of his films that he starred in. I watched 12 films, but one particular just blew me away. That is A Patch of Blue. A beautiful, heartwarming, charming, delightful little film about this blind girl who befriends Cinti Poitier character who does not know that he is black. And it's a beautiful friendship that I was immediately emotionally invested to it. I just love the chemistry between those two characters that befriended together and just accepted for each other because they just separate from the differences and just became friends because of how respectful of them each other, and they learn how to accept each other no matter what. It's a beautiful film, just emotionally captivated me. After finishing this movie, I was happy. It let me feel satisfied. It's a beautiful film that I'm just so glad to see it. It's a hidden gem of film. It's a wonderful, wonderful film that just blew me away. It's a beautiful film about friendship, and that's all I can say. It's emotional, it's powerful, it's charming, it's fun. It's a great film overall. Film noir, just like the Western genre, is another genre I haven't dived into a lot into. It's a beautifully directed film with a great story, a very compelling story that you just glued to the screen. I was glued to the screen watching how the story is going to fold. And Orson Welles' character, this character, it's just something about him. It's just so it's intriguing and interesting and fascinating watch. And I just love how this story was told. It's a very exciting, engaging, compelling story to watch. It's a great film. I'm just so glad I watched it for the first time and experienced it finally, because I remember watching in the editing class the opening scene. I knew of the iconic Warner shot, opening title shot. It's iconic for a reason, and it shows. Everything about this movie is just so compelling and thrilling to watch. I was edge of my seat a lot of times watching this movie, especially with Orson Welles' character. There's a great scene that involved with a revelation that just completely shocked me. Two, my eye was wide open. I was like, wow. I was in awe of something truly just, it was shocking to see. I was like, wow, that's amazing. The way it was shot, the way it was directed, the way they edited, and the music as well is fantastic. This film let me feel satisfied, and yet just, it's a breathtaking film. It had becoming one of my favorite Orson Welles movie that he had made. Obviously, Citizen Kane is fantastic, but I think Touch of Evil is better. Similar to Touch of Evil, this film floored me. Bunny Lake is Missing is phenomenal, and I think people should check out. It's a story that involves the mother trying to find her daughter, and suddenly she is missing. It's about the journey of a character who just wants her daughter back. I was totally engaged, and I was totally glued to the screen to see how it happened and how the story unfolded. And by the end of the third act of the movie, I was completely speechless by the end of the movie. I did not speak. I was just watching the movie and see how it goes. Film directed by Otto Preminger, a very well directed film. As he understands how to tell a great story, and Bunny Lake is Missing has a great story to tell. So here's a funny story. It was not a funny story, but here's a story. So I was packing, and after finishing packing, I was not tired. I didn't want to sleep. I can't sleep. So it was 1 a.m. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a 3-hour long epic. So I decided to watch Amadeus. And after watching it, I was in awe and in love. Miller's format direction is impeccable. The performances, oh my gosh, is breathtaking. I do not understand why it took me this long to finally watch this movie. It's a phenomenal film, a phenomenal period piece film with great costume, great production design. It's a story about a man who is jealous on Amadeus because how talented he is, and he's trying to figure out how he can be like him. It's a phenomenal film, just truly captivated watch. There was never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I was wide awake throughout the one time, and the music is fantastic. This film is easily a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10 for sure. After watching this movie, I went straight to the making of documentary, because that's how much I love this movie. It's phenomenal. There you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 very first time watches of the year of 2022. Lots of great film, especially Amadeus, which, that's my love. That's my new love of my life right there. I love that movie. So yeah, have a great day. Take care.